Listen well, brother.
I'm listening.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
There can be only one.
I'll answer the question. You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Welcome back! Project Cambridge! Walter Tomascu, give us a score and tuck and roll! Damn straight. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Someone said the other day, Loki, you sound tired. I'm like, I hope I don't today. God help me. I got enough sleep yesterday, and I got enough sleep last night. Hopefully, I do not still sound tired. Good morning, everybody. Hopefully you guys are having a great one. It's Thursday. That means it's time for Thirsty Thursday, the show where we talk about how thirsty some people are getting out there in the interwebs and in the Hollywoods and all that other junk. So yeah, we're going to talk about Alec Baldwin because he is such a beast. Let me tell you guys something. Yeah, such a great guy. Such a guy, you know, he's the guy you want to know. He's the guy you want to know if you're ever in trouble, because apparently he can just, you know, shave his way out of it and get whatever he wants. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. For whatever reason, my Rumble page it's like stuck. I don't know what's going on with Rumble. Hold on. Let me see. I'm going to reset my chat. All right, there we go. Now I can see Arlena and Jester. Good morning, guys. Okay. I don't know why it does that every once in a while, but it does that. Loki, the energy drink. Yeah. Like Spaceballs, the coloring book. Except we need a flamethrower. We need a Mornings of Mischief flamethrower. The kids love this one. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. We need our own flamethrower. So we get that and we'll be doing great. Good morning. Yeah, you think people would buy Loki the energy drink? Loki, the toilet paper. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Wipe your ass with Loki. God help me. Going full on Spaceballs. Well, I don't think who? Alec? Oh yeah. Yeah, he can. He's trying to blame it on Hayla Hutchinson, but he can. Oh, you heard me right. You heard me right. I'm not shitting you. He's trying to blame it on the director. So let me oh my God, so many ads. There's so many ads. I tell you what, websites love doing ads. So let me share this. You guys can see it. Yeah, that'll work. All right. So, yeah, I'm not going to be on camera. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow during the weekend review with Arwen and Dave Bob, I'll be on camera. Not today, though. Not today. I'm still fighting it off. So, no control over his emotions on set and often yelled at crew members and himself. Let me ask you, what do you think Alec was on? What do you think he was taking? I bet you he was on some Percocets and some Xanax and some oxycodone and all of the kinds of fun stuff because, yeah, $20 says he's on some form of Adderall. Mephisto. I don't think it's Adderall. I think it's he was on painkillers. He was on something. Some mood altering substance. Alec Baldwin's rush shooting case is taken yet. This is all Bounty in Comics. Thank you very much, Josh Berger. This was day before yesterday. Rush shooting case is taking yet another interesting turn as new information that's come to light alleges that the disgraced actor was not only difficult to work with, but also disrespectful to other members of the crew, often showing no control over his emotions on the set. Mischief by Loki. Yes. Actually, it's too late because where is it? Marvel, unfortunately, Marvel already came out with a Loki spray that was called Mischief. So they've already bottled that. Fuckers. We could come up with something good. Supposed to chill someone out. Geez, Baldwin is so high strung he can't even mellow on the good stuff. I agree. I think it was on something serious because there's plenty of times where when you lose your shit, it's because you're either coming off of something or you're jonesing for it and you need to take it again. So, I mean, it sounds like he was either on something or taking something or needed to take something and didn't take something. I put my money on he was on something. So, Special Prosecutor Carrie Morrissey alleged Baldwin will often lose his temper on set, yelling at both himself and other crew members. Yes, you read that correctly. Yelling at self. Oh my God, ad, go away. I don't want you. I don't need you. Go away. Go. Goodbye. Thank you. The special prosecutor argues that this particular behavior stunted safety procedures and eventually caused a tragic event of October 2021. Yes, it has been that long since all of this started. October of 2021. We were doing the very first Valhalla Con when all this shit started, which was just me, Mike, and Nick from Echo Base Network, which saw Baldwin shooting a live round on the set of Rust, injuring director Joel Souza and killing cinematographer Helena Hutchins. This is who he's going to blame it on. This is who he is going to blame it on. And June Wong, what is up, brother, with another $5 Australian super chat. I think Alex should lean into it, plead guilty, and accept the Canadian poke. Sell the poking as a show in an arena, sell tickets, and have a final bout. He could do that, and just about crazy enough to do it too. June Wong also threw out a $2 super chat at the beginning of the show and said, "Took 6 months, but I'm finally awake for the show." Thank you so very much, brother. Thank you for being here. Thank you all for being here. Huge welcome to everyone that's here. You guys keep the show going week after week, day after day. If it wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be happening. So thank you. You guys make this show every week. You guys make it what it is. Thank you. This one is just for you, June Wong, and all of you out there that keep the fires burning bright. Skull!
A dollar? I've never seen a dollar. Nobody's got a dollar. Let us see the dollar. There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill. Speaker for the Dead says if he likes yelling at himself so much, the better. When he goes to prison, he definitely won't be alone. No, he won't. Here's the big thing. Here are some of the big things. Upon arriving on set, Mr. Baldwin would immediately begin demanding the crew and the armorer to work faster. Mr. Baldwin's relentless rushing of the crew on the movie set routinely compromised safety because Rust is not a romantic comedy. It is an action-filled Western with dangerous stunts and real guns being used on set. Don't call them props. Props don't fire bullets. Real guns do, so don't call them props. She then adds, in addition to rushing the cast and crew, Mr. Baldwin was frequently screaming and cursing at himself, at crew members, or at no one, and not for any particular reason. To watch Mr. Baldwin's conduct on the set of Rust is to witness a man who has absolutely no control over his own emotions, and absolutely no concern for how his conduct affects those around him. Witnesses have testified that it was this exact conduct that contributed to safety compromises on the set. The legal document would also claim, pointing out that armorer Hannah Gutierrez Reed's negligence and inexperience and Baldwin's complete lack of concern for the safety of those around him would prove deadly for Elena Hutchins, a young cinematographer and rising star in the film industry. Morrissey would also note that Baldwin will often ignore the director's instructions, writing, "At the time, a scene was being prepared during which Mr. Baldwin was expected to slowly pull his gun from his holster. That's all." Mr. Baldwin decided to go off the script and take actions contrary to what the director, Joel Souza, instructed him to do. To the frustration of Mr. Souza, Mr. Baldwin did this frequently. The document further alleges, explaining he ignored direction from Mr. Souza without warning, acted on his own volition. Morrissey was also alleged that Baldwin could be seen making casual phones to his wife just moments after Hutchins had been taken to the hospital, encouraging his wife not to cancel a trip to New Mexico so they can go and enjoy themselves. Mr. Baldwin called his wife on speakerphone and another personal assistant employee regarding his family's upcoming trip to New Mexico. The document states Mr. Baldwin's minor daughter was going to have a small part in the movie, and his family was planning to join him in New Mexico the following day. The document continues, during these calls, Mr. Baldwin asked that his family not cancel the trip to New Mexico despite the tragedy. He explained, "I won't work and we'll go and enjoy ourselves. It's all paid for. They're not going to give us the money back." So this is what he's doing instead of getting the crew lodgings. All of this stemmed from an unsafe working environment and the crew leaving because they could not get accommodations at the ranch because Baldwin refused to pay for it. Baldwin refused to pay for it. Not in the budget. Kiss my ass. You'll have to drive an hour and 40 minutes back and forth every day after working a 16-hour day. It's your time, not mine. You can't just go and crash. You got to drive home an hour and 40 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever it was, each day. It was 2 hours back and forth. Kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. And this is what he's talking about. This is where he went. Furthermore, he then brings up the now infamous interview Baldwin had with ABC News, George Stephanopoulos, just over a month after the tragic incident, accusing the actor of changing the story he had previously told law enforcement. I did not fire the firearm. I did not fire the prop. Oh, look, he's pointing a gun at somebody. Mr. Baldwin stated on 2 occasions that he shot the gun. Mr. Baldwin stated numerous times that he, referring to Mr. Souza, was telling him where to point the gun during the rehearsal, not Miss Hutchins. The document declares in reference to Baldwin's interview with law enforcement, adding, it is also worth noting that Mr. Baldwin stated that Miss Hutchins turned her body while speaking to someone else, and that is why she was struck in the armpit. The document then argues Mr. Baldwin never stated during his lengthy interview with law enforcement that Miss Hutchins told him where to point the gun or gave him any instructions about what to do with the gun during the rehearsal, blocking when the gun was discharged. Mr. Baldwin did state during his initial interview with detectives that the gun just went off, as he was not expecting a live round to be in the gun, but he never stated that he didn't pull the trigger. Specifically addressing Baldwin's interview with Stephanopoulos, the document we all knew that was going to come back and bite him in the ass. The document then declares during his interview everything changed, and Mr. Baldwin, with the aid of his attorneys, lied with impunity and blamed the incident on Miss Hutchins. Mr. Baldwin changed his story and stated repeatedly that it was Miss Hutchins who was telling him where to point the gun and to point the gun at her. In his shameless attempt to escape culpability for his own negligence and recklessness, he went so far as to say that he pointed the gun at Miss Hutchinson's armpit because that's where she told him to point it. This is who's going to stay out of jail, people, because he's a lying sack of shit and he has money. And he talks bad about Republicans. This is who's going to stay out of jail right here. This fucking guy right here. Some missions are impossible. Not for you because you can stay out of jail and do whatever you want. After the New Mexico grand jury opted to criminally charge the actor with 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter in January of 2023, prosecutors downgraded Baldwin's charges, which would have seen the actor facing a 5-year minimum sentence to 18 months in prison and a $5,000 fine if convicted. All involuntary manslaughter charges were dropped in April of 2023. The New Mexico grand jury opted to charge Baldwin with involuntary manslaughter charges yet again in January of 2024 in an effort to hold him accountable for the killing of Hutchins and injuring of Souza. Baldwin would go on to plead not guilty to the new charges filed against him. Baldwin's trial is expected to begin on the 10th of July in New Mexico, where the actor, to be convicted, he faces 18 months in prison and would be ordered to pay a $5,000 fine. He's not going to serve any time. What they'll say is that all the drama and all of the craziness that he's gone through since this all started will be his time, and that'll be time served, and nothing's going to happen. Why? Because the guy's a piece of shit. Mags got it right. Hit the nail right on the head. Bam! Guy's a piece of shit. Why didn't you listen to Sean Connery? Sean tried to tell you, Alec, directors in Hollywood don't react too well to bullets. If it fires real bullets, it's a real fucking gun. That's right. Dave G. Sound. If it fires real bullets, it's a real gun. It's called a hero weapon. For those of you out there that don't know the entertainment terminology lingo, it's called a hero weapon, and it functions. It's a functional gun. It's not a prop. So don't call it a fucking prop. I'm sick and tired of hearing people call it a prop. Oh my God, a prop gun shot? No, prop guns can't shoot. Prop gun's like a rubber gun. Okay, it doesn't do shit. They don't all run around with real guns. A lot of it's just fake rubber bullshit. Unless they have to pull it out and actually fire it. And even that's changing now because of the rules. They're going to CGI everything. They're not going to use guns anymore. Why did they use guns in the first place? Because it works. Obviously, it works. And it looks great. It looks great and it works. It's a lot cheaper to spend 10 cents on a blank than it is to spend $50,000 airbrushing in a gun and making smoke come out of it on a computer. But why am I not surprised they'd go for some crazy shit like that? Because that's what they do. That's what they do. They overcomplicate everything, and that's how it works. Oh, we got a new subscriber. Thank you. Skibbity Toilet Plushies. Hello, Skibbity Toilet Plushies. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Good morning. Tipping the hat to you there, sir, this morning. Or ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. It's ma'am. My lady. So, let's see. What do we got here? How about this one? Gotta love those Rohirrim. 18 months for taking a life. No, he won't get 18 months. He'll get 18 months served. He'll get 18 months served. I guarantee you, they will give him 18 months served and he won't get any time. I guarantee you he will not get any time. Alec Baldwin will serve no time for what happened. They'll say it's time served for all the anguish and all the pain he suffered since all of this happened. It's exactly what's going to happen. Ugh, that sorry son of a bitch. That's as bad as the pedo that only got 18 months for doing the Drake Bell. Then Disney hires him right after his release. I could tell you some stories that would absolutely blow your mind from working in the prison system. I could tell you some crazy ass stories that would absolutely blow your mind. Imagine a kid in his 20s who got 3 years for aggravated sexual assault of a minor. It was his own brother. And a guy who robbed the wrong fucking house got shot, and it was a judge's house, and did 20 years for robbing a house. He didn't go in armed. He didn't have a gun. He didn't have a weapon. He was just going in to rob it to get whatever so he could pay for his fucking habit, and he got 20 years. They don't like it either. They don't like it either. Why did this son of a bitch get 3 years for doing this crazy ass thing, and I get 20 years for robbing the wrong house? That's our justice system in a nutshell, which is supposed to be blind, but apparently it peaks to check to see what your pronouns are and what political affiliation you align yourself with nowadays. Apparently it peaks. So that is why justice is supposed to be blind, so that we don't get in the situations that we've gotten in the last 20, 30 years. That's exactly what's happened, though. I say he deserves more. He never should be allowed on set with any kind of firearm ever again. He needs to serve at least 5 years. Throw him in a minimum security prison. Do whatever. Do whatever you're going to do. Give him at least 5 years minimum security. Have him do freaking somebody's laundry. Who cares? Kizzy wants more. Kizzy wants 10 years. You guys tell me what you think. Should he serve more? I mean, shit. I think 5 years minimum. Kizzy says 10 years. Yes. Yes, that is a fact. That is a fact. That is an absolute fact. Because they don't throw the book at him. They never do. They absolutely never do. So I've worked at multiple prisons. What you see in movies there's a lot of bullshit in what you see in movies and stuff. The truth is that when they lose their shit about that, they're very, very public about losing their shit about that. So, and there are groups that protect them. There are groups that protect them. That is no lie. 10 years minimum plus hard labor. And you wouldn't believe the groups that protect them. You would think them the last son of bitches that would protect them. Nope. Because numbers mean everything. So, and if you want to be in charge, numbers mean everything. Every man counts. So, yeah. But this guy, at least 10, that's what everybody's saying, at least 10 years. I'm going to hold on to 5. I think 5 years, no parole. He has to serve 5. And a much bigger, number one, he has to pay for his stay. The taxpayers don't get to pay for his stay. We're not paying for his stay. He is a multimillionaire. He's got plenty of money. A neighbor of mine recently got raided by the FBI for trying to hook up with younger girls online. Married with 2 kids, worked as a cash lawyer for FDA. It was even in the news. He's going to prison. Hope he goes to prison for a very long time. Hopefully he doesn't get off on some bullshit. Loki, what's the minimum sentence for involuntary manslaughter? More than 18 months. It should be more than 18 months. It should be at least 5 years. And Arlena, I absolutely agree with you. If Martha Stewart got time, this asshole should too. He needs to pay for what he did. He knew exactly what he was doing. He walked in, acted like the big dog in the yard, pulled his weight around, pushed people around, rushed everything, was like, this needs to get done, and this needs to get done, and this needs to be done my way, wanted everything done his way, and it got done his way, and somebody died. This is what it comes down to. That is what it comes down to. And yes, Alec does come from old money. Alec does come from old money. It's one of the reasons why they are in the position they are in. Is the Baldwin brothers. Because they come from old money. Arwen, I love it. He'd best think again if he tries to bring that big dog energy to court. That shit won't fly. Right? I would think not. Make sure you take your Adderall there, Alec, for court so that you can focus, so you're not bouncing all around like a crazy person. Man, because I once knew a guy who got married Had 2 kids, but I had anger issues. I got bad vibes from him. Then found out he had CP on his computer. Went straight to jail. Instincts don't miss. Ugh. 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 No. Mm-mm. No. 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 Spot on, Loki. Oh, don't forget his weed and toilet duck. He needs that shit too. No, he don't get none of that. He doesn't get none of that. If we are in a sane world, he goes to prison. 5 years. Minimum 5 years. Maybe he goes for longer than that. He pulled the trigger. He didn't check. He was a loose cannon. I'm not shitting you. A loose cannon on set. He's got to pay the piper. Right? Or is he gonna worm his way out of it? Is he gonna worm his way out of it? And Nickelodeon, Disney are the biggest perpetrators. That's so screwed up because Nickelodeon was like rocket fuel back in the day. Nickelodeon, some of the stuff on Nickelodeon, that was just, everybody was watching Nickelodeon. Good morning, Jill. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good morning, Jill. Loki, I was messing with you, but in all seriousness, he deserves 10 years at least. I can't argue with that. I would say 5. People want to say 10, that's fine. But no taxpayer needs to pay for it. None of us. The state does not pay for it. He's got to pay for it. He's got the money to pay for his stay of incarceration. He needs to pay for it. It's not coming out of the taxpayer's wallet. It's not. Period. So we don't do that. Let him pay for his own stay. 5 years. Give him laundry duty. Give him whatever. 5 years doing menial tasks, but make him work out in a garden. Who the hell cares? He needs to get clean, constant drug testing, because he's not getting his cocaine Rolaids in prison. No, he's not getting any of that shit. No, he's got a detox. Yeah, he's gonna go to detox. He's gonna go to rehab. Send his ass to rehab and then book him in jail. So give him whatever in rehab where he gets to pussyfoot around and get to act like an ass and get whatever he wants because he's coming down off of whatever high he's on, and then send him to jail. Period. Whatever. I don't care. 5 years minimum. So, yeah, this should have never happened after Brandon Lee's death. This should have never happened. And what was it? Everyone was getting rushed. No one followed safety procedures. They just rushed everything. They were told when Alex says now, it means now. No second guessing, no questioning. You need to do this job and this job over here because Alex said so. No. No, this is on him. This is on him. He's gonna try and blame everybody else. He's already wormed his way into blaming the armor. Yeah, she's guilty because she went along with it. Doesn't matter if he pushed her or not, but it sure as shit matters to him. Baldwin should go to jail too. I absolutely agree. Robert Downey, guess what? Robert Downey Jr. went to jail. But guess what he got to do while he was in jail? He got to make a movie. RDJ makes movie. Can anybody tell me what that movie was? While in prison. Can anybody tell me I'll give you a hint. It starts with 2 initials. I'll give you a hint. It starts with 2 initials. It's not a bad movie. Does anybody remember? Nobody? No, it's not Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. No. It wasn't Big Stan. U.S. Marshals. Isn't that funny? So, he was in U.S. Marshals. And he made, let's see, do they have, no, because, let's see if we can do this. No, I don't want to invite somebody. Son of a bitch, go away. Not y'all, but yeah, stupid thing. Y'all are good. So, RDJ, let's talk RDJ. Drugs in the family home. He always had access. Downward spiral of alcohol addiction that will eventually lead to her parents' divorce in 1978. He was a fucked up kid. He was a fucked up kid, and he was popular, and girls wanted him. Girls were screaming for him. And he was gonna be the best. He's going to be the absolute best. Let's see. California's judges were losing patience. He'd breached probation 3 times by failing to submit drug tests. When he appeared at court again in 1999, Downey was sentenced to 3 years in prison. Still, it wasn't Downey's last appearance before a judge. In 2001, he was given probation and went into rehab. So this is all about guns, cocaine, and being dumb. Okay. Let's see. He got into the 12-step program, yoga, meditation. I can include all 3 of these in my repertoire. I'm not in therapy at the moment. Probably use some therapy, but yoga, meditation, the fact that I am clean, always is a positive spot. It was almost impossible to get insurance for a convicted drug addict to work on a movie. So let's see, does it have to? No, it doesn't have anything about. Doesn't have anything about. His girlfriend and a police officer. Oh my God, I don't want you. Go away. You don't have any other pictures in here, do you? No, you don't. That is not what I'm wanting. Let's see. Because I remember everybody going nuts that he was able to make this movie. Everybody went nuts that he was allowed to make this movie. They were pissed. He's in prison. Let's see. I thought it was unexpectedly freed when a judge ruled that his collective time in incarceration facilities had qualified him for early release. Arrested on Thanksgiving 2000 when his room at Merv Griffin's Hotel, California, was searched by police who were responding to an anonymous 911 call. Downey was under the influence of a controlled substance and in possession of cocaine and Valium. 6-page investigation into the weekend's events, despite the fact that if convicted, he would face a prison sentence of up to 4 years and 8 months. He signed on to appear in at least 8 more episodes of Ally McBeal. Found him wandering barefoot in Culver City. He was arrested for suspicion. Yeah. Okay. Spent a year court-ordered drug treatment facility. By this time down, he was homeless, too much of an insurance liability to be employable, and on the verge of bankruptcy. His life was over. Well, let me say something real quick for everybody out there who's watching this and everybody's out there who's listening. At some point in your life, if you haven't been there yet, at some point you will be. Where you go, it can't get worse than this. This is it. It doesn't get worse than this. I'm done. Recently we talked about a comic book artist that took his own life because he didn't see anything after. No one should be made to feel that way. There's always possibilities. If Star Trek taught me anything, it's that there are always possibilities. Never give up. I could have easily given up and been nothing. I would have nothing. I would be no one. I'd be living in my car if I was even still alive. I'd probably be dead. I probably would have died from diabetes already. And no one would have given a shit. Shit, some people would probably had a party. It's never over until it's over. So before you take some crazy step that you can't undo, reach out and talk to somebody. Reach out and ask for help. Turn to someone that you know, someone that actually gives a shit. Because there's more to life than all this bullshit. So let's see. Bipolar disorder. Yeah, we're gonna go to therapy. So let's see. Where is it? Do they not have anything about... Of course he gets into Iron Man and Tropic Thunder and all that, but I want before that. Am I missing it? Are we really not going to talk about that movie? Because that's when everybody lost their shit. You're a wreck. You just lost your job and your wife left you. You might want to give it a shot. He added that after his last arrest in April 2001, when he knew he would likely be facing another stint in prison or another form of incarceration, such as court-ordered rehab, I said, you know what? I don't think I can continue doing this. And I reached out for help. That right there. This right here. This is what you do. And look where he is now. Look what he did. All that had to happen was it go the other way. All that had to happen was for him not to do that. You can reach out for help in a kind of half-assed way and you'll get it and you won't take advantage of it. It's not a difficult thing to overcome these seemingly ghastly problems. What's hard is to decide to do it. That right there. That right there. You decide that this is what you want to do and you do it. Of course Disney wants his ass back. I hope they never get it either. I hope they never get it. Watched the classic Back to School and was reminded RDJ was in it. He's in Weird Science too. It's one of the ones like people always forget is Weird Science. You can catch a young ass Robert Downey Jr. in Weird Science. I am surprised, though, that they don't have anything about that damn movie in here, because that's when people were losing their shit, because he got to make a movie while he was in prison. He got to make a movie while he was in prison. So let me see if I can. Oh, looky there. Looky there. Mugshots. Mugshots. He's smiling there. He don't look too happy there. I love it when they smile. I absolutely love it when they smile. So let's see. Let's talk. No, I don't want to do that. So Robert Downey Jr. movies. U.S. Marshals. Where are you, U.S. Marshals? There we go. No, I don't want to use my precise location right now. U.S. Marshals. RDJ gets permission. Not poor mission. Jesus. Yeah, okay. Wow, from 1997, too. Holy shit. Isn't this something? We're really going back in time. Film companies typically pay insurance companies for policies that protect them from such possibilities as offset accidents, blah, 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 blah. Warner Brothers movie has come up with what may be the industry's first incarceration coverage. The studio recently paid a premium in the low to mid six figures to cover for the possibility of such an eventuality in the case of Robert Downey Jr. in the big budget film U.S. Marshals, also starring Tommy Lee Jones and Wesley Snipes. Because of several well-publicized scrapes with the law in connection with heroin and cocaine possession, Downey has been considered virtually uninsurable. Downey's recent troubles began on June 23, 1996, when he was arrested. He subsequently agreed to enter a non-locked drug treatment facility. Less than a month later, he was arrested on suspicion of drug possession and trespassing in a Malibu home and was ordered to receive treatment. He was ultimately sent to jail in late July after his third arrest for having left a drug treatment program without permission. He was ordered by a Superior Court judge to complete 6-month rehabilitation treatment at a locked facility. In the 11 months since that court order, the actor 32 has completed drug rehabilitation and worked on 2 independent films. This week, he began working on Marshals, a spin-off of The Fugitive, shooting in Chicago and scheduled to open early next year. It is Downey's first big studio film since his arrest, and his participation was made possible by a specific policy covering lockdown and incarceration, sources said. He was in jail. He has to be insurable to work, said a source involved in the coverage. There was an atmosphere in which this artist couldn't work. Enter Donna Smith, head of a company called Entertainment Coalition, a management company that coordinates completion, bond, and insurance services the entertainment industry. She, along with Chicago-based CNA and a broker from Rubin Company, engineered Downey's unusual policy. Smith believes that studio executives offered Downey a lead role in the big-budget film partly because of his having successfully completed other pictures without incident, and also because of a loosening of court restrictions governing Downey's punishment. One of the terms of Downey's rehabilitation originally called for him to work as much as possible, but until recently, the court order had made that exceedingly difficult. According to sources close to the actor, the order required Downey's immediate incarceration should he be found under the influence of drugs. Such an action could seriously jeopardize the production by slowing down shooting or stopping it altogether, resulting in a loss of hundreds of thousands of dollars. It'd be millions now. Downey will have to undergo twice weekly random drug tests while filming Marshals, I think he's bottomed out, and he's a bright boy, and he knows he's got to behave himself. He hadn't bottomed out yet. Pay a reported $700,000 out of his own pocket to cover insurance costs. Downey refused. Anyway, so yeah, he's in jail. He can't do drugs. The only place, and they were literally like handcuffing him back and forth, and taking him back to jail after he completed his shoots for the day, all while keeping an eye on him and playing babysitter. So he hit bottom. Eventually, he hit bottom. That wasn't bottom. Can you imagine that? Could you imagine getting the opportunity to work like that from prison, to apply your trade from prison, and you haven't hit bottom yet? They've got to watch you 24/7. They got to watch you take a leak. They got to watch you eat. They got to watch you do everything. They're constantly over your shoulder, and you haven't hit rock bottom yet. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? I don't know if any of them, made it into the movie. I'm sure they did at some point. I'm sure you've got a scene of a cop or a marshal or somebody that's a real guy, but God help me. Let's not talk about white hairs. We're not discussing that this morning. We're not talking about plucking white hairs out of your beard. We're not doing that. When I heard he was cast as Stark, I screeched and swore Stan Lee traveled through time, found RDJ, and returned to base Stark on him. Yes. Yes. No, I knew as soon as I heard. Being an Iron Man fan from before, and knowing who Iron Man is and knowing who Tony is, I said they couldn't have picked a better guy. He's troubled. They look so much alike. All he needs is the Starkiness. That's all he needs, is the Starkiness. The way they did the beginning in Afghanistan, which they would never get away with today. They would never get away with that today. That opening, the first hour of Iron Man, they would never get away with today. They'd never get away with doing that today. Disney would never let them do that today. It's perfect. It was absolutely perfect. You couldn't have done it better. You know why? You know why Marvel is in the shit show it is in today? Because they can't do that. Because they can't do something great. They have to do something standard. And there's too much crying in hallways. Period. End of story. Go look at the newest Star Wars game. Go look at the newest Star Wars game and tell me Marvel and Disney and Star Wars are on the right track. You go tell me. You go tell me that. It's embarrassing. They know it's embarrassing. It's like saying Zendaya's a 10. No, she's like a 5. And would be lucky to be a 5. I don't know what weird fucking universe we have shifted to, but when you think that's like top of the game, I'll tell you who's top of the game. Tifa Lockhart. Who's with me? Number 1, right out of the bat. Number 1, top game girl. Tifa Lockhart. Final Fantasy. 87. Final Fantasy started in 87. Tifa Lockhart. Final Fantasy 7. You are one lucky bastard, Cloud. Chun-Li, Street Fighter. Another 1987 girl. Chun-Li. Those thighs. Unbreakable thighs. Absolutely at number 2. Who's number 3? Who do we got at number 3? I'll take, how about this? How about a veteran from 1996? How about Jill fucking Valentine? Stars. Jill Valentine. Not that joke that was in the movie, but Jill from Resident Evil. Original Resident Evil. Yeah. Oh, yeah. How about Samus? You don't even know she's a chick to the very end. You don't even know what's going on. But you do after that. She is certified OG. How about that? Katana, Mortal Kombat. Katana, 1992. How about Jade? What about Sonya Blade? Some guys dig Melina. I don't know. They like chicks that they can paper bag. I don't get it. What about Poison? Street Fighter, Final Fight. What about Poison? Liara Tassoni. We'll go a little more modern. 2007, Mass Effect. Liara Tassoni. What happened to the sexy game girls? What happened to the hot, beautiful game girls? They turned into dudes that look like a lady. That's what happened. Let's see. Star Wars. For any of you who haven't seen this, Outlaws. See if we can get a bigger picture. I mean, hell, she was. What did they do? What did they do? They must have manly features. No, that is fugly. No, 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 no. And what the hell is that? No. 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 So let me ask you this. How the fuck can they get Cal Kestis to look exactly like the actor that plays him, but they take a chick and they give her a double chin and a wider jaw and make her look like a dude? Loki, see you in about 3 weeks. I'm off to my vacation. I'll probably going to see more of the U.S. than the average American, certainly more than Tom. Brother, if you are in Texas, drop me a line. We will meet somewhere. Would love to get to see you and hang out, brother. If you were anywhere near. With 15 shekels. Thank you for the shekels, my friend. Thank you very much for the skull. You guys keep the fires burning bright here in Valhalla, and this one is just for you, brother. Skull!
Spartans! What is your profession?
Closest I will be is the Grand Canyon, buddy. Well, if anything changes, drop me a line. Love to get together and buy y'all dinner. So guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me on this Thirsty Thursday. It's crazy. You got all this shit going on. You got these stupid people thinking that we're just going to make all the women look like dudes. And then you got Alec thinking, I don't have to serve time because I'm special. You got RDJ going, I was that close to taking out the easy way out, and I didn't. This is why I watch anime. Japanese don't know how to make women and girls look good. Yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. We will not be back tonight. Probably be back next week for Thursday nights. No show with the Dega tonight, but I will see y'all on the Weekend Review with Arwen Avalon and Dave Bob tomorrow. And then the late show with Snow Dub. Hopefully I see you all there. Guys, have a great one. Have a good Thursday. Be good. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. I know I already said that, but I'm going to say it again because it's words worth living by. Take care, everybody. Oh, and guys, do not forget to go and check out Machini this morning. He's coming up next on the morning block. I should have said that before I hit the out button. Of course I should have. I didn't because I'm not a very good buddy. But Machini's been kicking ass and taking names on the morning block and deserves all the shout out and love that we can give him. So make sure you guys head over there, head that way, and check out his show, which is coming up right now.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.